Welcome in a second week of the Disruptive Innovation Festival, the online festival that asks the question, what if we could redesign everything? Here's a thought. If we are with more than 9 billion people in 2050, how can we feed all of them? For this session, I'm very pleased to welcome Thomas Felice and Sebastian Frein, who work for a company called Algama. With Algama, they have the goal of bringing the benefits of microalgae to the people to ensure that everybody can enjoy better health. For everybody watching, this is an interactive session. That means we want your questions, your comments, put them through on the comment box below this video or tweet them using the hashtag ThinkDiff. That's it for now. Over to Thomas and Sebastian. Can you explain to us to begin with, what is microalgae?
Thank you very much, Kinya, about this introduction. So, okay, perfect. We are very happy to be here at the Disruptive Innovation Festival. Very happy to talk to you about Algama, about microalgae, about the future of food. So thanks again for the invitation, guys. My name is Sebastian. I'm a business developer for Algama.
Hi, everybody. My name is Thomas, and I'm R&D manager at Algama. Maybe before explaining what we do at Algama, we can have a quick overview of our current food system and what could be wrong with it.
Sure. So I think you've recently heard or recently read that our food system is quite broken. And unfortunately, this is true. This is true for two main reasons. The first one is the production system. I mean, our production system is quite unbalanced because the global warming is a reality and our food system has a huge responsibility for that. Alone, the food system is responsible for 1/3 of greenhouse gas emissions and is responsible for 70% of the drinkable water consumption in the world right now. In addition to that, the 1/3 of the food we're producing is currently wasted. So this is just like something we cannot stand by again. And we are already consuming twice the resource our Earth is able to regenerate in 1 year. So we have to change things very quickly. The second main issue is health. Health is very important. I don't know if you read that, but in America today, more than 40% of American adults are obese, and 70% of them are overweighted. So this is not only happening in America, this is happening all across the world, and this is a huge health issue. At the same time, more than 800 million of people are suffering from malnourishment, so the system is wrong and we have to change it. Fortunately, we have many solutions, and I'm sure Thomas is going to explain that to you.
Yes, actually the FAO, the Food and Agriculture Organization, has been working on this topic for a while now, and they identified three main challenges for the humanity. The first one is to change the way we produce things. So that's something we have already begun with less pesticide, less GMO in our food. There is also some project using a polycultural process. So that's in his way. The second one is the food waste. Today, each year we are wasting 1.3 billion of tons of food. That's huge. With a quarter of this amount, we could feed all the undernourished people in the world. That's a big challenge too. And the third one is to find new crops to feed the humanity. And the FAO has three main new alternatives in mind. The first one is the leguminous plants.
Okay.
The second one is the insect. And the third one is the microalgae.
The microalgae.
Yeah, the microalgae. So microalgae is basically a very little microscopic seaweed. It's on Earth in the dawn of time. So it has a photosynthesis capability. So it can transform the carbon dioxide in oxygen. So that's why there is so much oxygen in our atmosphere and human can breathe. It's also something the old tribes all along our evolution has eaten. Okay, it contains a lot of interesting nutrients for human body. And all the scientists has studied those microalgae, and today they agree to say that there is more than a billion different strains of algae. So it's very interesting in terms of potential for food.
But what are the benefits of microalgae?
The benefits are the composition of those algae in terms of nutrients.
Okay.
It contains a lot of proteins, contains actually more than 65% of protein, which is twice what you can find in meat. It contains also minerals such as iron, such as magnesium and calcium, and also lots of vitamins, vitamins B, vitamins A, which is all your body needs to develop and to survive. Another thing which is very important is the sustainable way you can grow and harvest them. If you want to produce 1 kilogram of protein from microalgae compared to 1 kilogram of protein from meat, it will take 300 times less farming lands,
okay,
50 times less energy, and 50 times less water. So it's a very sustainable crops.
Okay, so if it's better for you and better for the planet, why is it not mainstream already?
It's not mainstream because of one big issue. It's the organoleptic properties. So it means the taste, the smell, and the color is not very suitable for what the consumer wants to eat today. You can find it as tabs, so it's more like food supplements. Athletes like to take them because it helps them to regenerate it and have a muscle construction. But today there is this limit of taste which is strong, and that's what we created Algama.
Yeah, that's right. That's exactly why we created Algama. I mean, we created Algama to harness the amazing potential of microalgae by integrating them to daily food products. So by daily food products, we mean the product you can find on your local retail stores, your local shelves. So basically, we are combining the culinary savoir-faire to our biotech expertise to create healthy and great tasting everyday food made from microalgae. How do we do that? I'm going to let Thomas explain more about how do we disrupt the current food system.
As you said, it's all about biotechnology and culinary savoir-faire.
Okay.
So the biotechnology part is to really understand how the microalgae works. Understand how we can take only the protein and all the good things, vitamin, proteins, or some molecules, and eliminate all the organoleptic issues. Okay, so that's the biotechnology part. The culinary savoir-faire is our very expertise at Algama. We have actually a team of 10 engineers in France and in USA, and every day they are working on integrate microalgae in different type of foods. So we develop many different products. And once we have developed those products, we have a marketing and sales team who creates a brand that fits the market, and they also work to find a very good market for the brand we have created. So maybe we can share with people two of our products.
Yeah, sure. That's very interesting because you just talked about good brand and good market. So let me introduce you to the Woodspoon. The Woodspoon is a range of vegan mayo where we substituted the eggs by a microalgae. So by doing that, we make it totally plant-based. There is no preservatives. There is no artificial colors. It's non-GMO. And the very good point is it's half the fat of a regular mayo without cholesterol in it. And I can assure you this is like very good. The same taste and the same texture than regular mayo. So basically, we are releasing this product in the US by the end of the month, and it's already been released in France a few months ago now, and we are available mainly at Carrefour in the Parisian area. So the second product we are coming up with is Springwave. So Springwave is a beverage, basically water, which we've enhanced with the part of spirulina. So the funny thing is it's totally naturally blue. It's totally blue thanks to the spirulina. It's also full of vitamin B2, B12, and magnesium, which makes it antioxidant, regenerating for your body. And it's low sugar, low calorie, so you can consume it every day without problem. And these two products are a very good example of what we can do with microalgae.
Yeah, exactly. It's two perfect examples to show the limitless possibility of microalgae. as you said, here we can enhance a product with microalgae. So in Springwave, we have no problem of taste or color, but we have all the interesting minerals and vitamins. In the Woodspoon, with vegan mayo, we have substitute the egg, which can be problematic for some people for allergen reason or maybe not so sustainable, with a compound that exists in chlorella, which is a macroalgae. And actually, we can do many other things. At Algama, we are working on a very different food matrix. For example, you can, if you would like to add some proteins in your pizzas, you can do it, or you can reduce the fat in your hummus, or reduce the butter in your, I don't know, cookie or muffin, or you name it. So it's a very, as I said, limitless. There is no limit at what we could do with the microalgae. And one thing which is very interesting for us is the protein potential of microalgae. We really believe in it, and thanks to our disruptive approach, we would like to integrate those microalgae-based protein in a daily food product, and that's on what we will be focused for the next few years.
Yeah, that's quite the end of our presentation. I hope you guys just understood that we're really trying to make an impact. We're trying to make this impact based on 4 main pillars. The first one is our unique solution. I mean, microalgae, as Thomas said, is a tremendous resource with an amazing potential, which has not been unlocked already yet. And also based on our pioneering research and development works. I mean, we are filing patents. We have a strong research and development team led by Thomas. We are collaborating with very, very innovative labs all across the world. We are also this what we call smart approach to the market. I mean, we are listening to our consumers, what they need, what they expect. So the collaboration between our marketing and our research and development team allows us to design products which fits their expectation, as well as be more sustainable to daily food products than daily food products. And the fourth pillar would be our international footprint. I mean, we are based in Paris, in France. We're also based in New York, in the US. So combining the great American culture of innovation to the gastronomy science of French people allows us to create very unique products and to have an impact on the food system. So as I hope you understood, microalgae is one of the key solutions to the current challenge we are facing with. But this is not the only solution. We were talking about insects, about leguminous plants, reducing food waste, having a better production, and all of these solutions will help us to solve this challenge. So just be aware of what's happening around you, of the good initiatives happening around you, and spread the good word. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, guys. I hope that our French accent is not too strong and you understood everything we said. We're going to have a small questions and answer session, so feel free to ask your question and we'll be very happy to answer. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. We had some questions in. I don't know if you can see them already, but I'll just read the first one out for you. Question here: what would be your key takeaway for other innovators and entrepreneurs in this field in your learnings from Algama? You're still muted.
Sorry about that. So by key takeaway, do you mean key advice for other food entrepreneurs? One of the first advice I would give would just be aware of what's happening around you. I mean, listening about all the different initiatives, about how people react, about the food system, and build your network. A lot of things are happening in the food industry right now. A lot of entrepreneurs are taking initiatives to bring a new solution to the market. Just like discuss with them, talk to them, and build your network, exchange perks, exchange advice, contacts, and this would be like a very good start to launch a food business.
Yeah, I agree. Don't hesitate to share your project, talk about it, and there is more and more organization to help startups. So yeah, really, the best advice we can give is to share about your product.
I think Caroline is also forwarding me one question. What's next for Algama in terms of product innovation? Can microalgae replace a certain protein, current food at all, or is it only a substitute?
Okay.
Actually, as Thomas said, we can do many things with algae, and that the key thing is absolutely limitless. We can enhance, we can substitute, but we can also color stuff. There is plenty of things to do, and in terms of product innovation, I'd say maybe you guys can send us your proposition about what are you expecting next on your shelves, and we'll try to make it happen thanks to microalgae.
So I see a new question coming in here from Elisa. The session is coming in on the online session page. She says, hi there, great to see some examples of products with microalgae in it. You mentioned that the only disadvantage of the product is the taste, but with the products that you showed, why are they not all over our supermarkets right now? What is the biggest challenge there?
That's a very interesting question. I think the first answer is the technical issue. We've been, not say struggling is, but the technical issue we are trying to resolve. Maybe you can tell us a bit more about that.
Yeah, why the beverage, for example?
For example, the beverage.
It's because, yeah, it's the component of microalgae is very sensitive to different physical factors like heat, like pH, like light. So we need to develop very specific process to stabilize the different compounds in food. So in the beverage, for example, we can use a classic stabilization process. So we really need to work on technique and develop our own process before releasing a product.
Yeah, Algama is now more than 3 years old, and for the 3 first years, we've been very focused on research and development, building our expertise about algae, understanding how to work with them, how to integrate them, and that's why it's not on your shelves already. But it's going to be on your shelves very, very quickly, because, for example, we have very important partners who are trusting us, such as Carrefour in France or Compass, the food service company, and they are willing to deploy our solution to their different retail or point of sales. So that's very good partners for us, and we are truly thankful to them for that.
So you've mentioned the technical issues with the microalgae. Can you elaborate a bit on that, and what does that mean in the future if we would like to have more products made out of microalgae? As you said, we needed to feed everybody in the future.
Yes, so I think one of the main problems today is the price, which is not very a technical issue, but still there is a link, because today it's not a massive production of microalgae, so the price is pretty high. We need to mainstream by mainstreaming the resource, automatically the price will decrease, and we can offer an affordable source of proteins. So that's the first. The second one is, as I said, the main issue is the taste, and the taste, the smell, and the solubility. It's not a very soluble source of protein. So that is just some process we need to develop. There is lots of public laboratory in the world, in France, in USA, in Asia, working on this topic. And so I think it's just a question of years, maybe in 3 or 4 years, the humanity will develop the good tools to use this protein. Yeah, like if you take the soy, for example, at the beginning, the soy was at the same type of form of microalgae, and then we developed tools, and then we can, or today we can eat soy-based protein without any problem. It would be the same with microalgae.
And in addition to what Thomas just said, I mean, we were talking about microalgae for human consumption, but you have to understand that the microalgae market is currently booming, because microalgae can also be used in animal feed, in cosmetic, many solutions about biofuel were just like being studied. So this is like the production of raw microalgae is truly booming, and new technology about the production are appearing all around the world. So we're quite confident about the availability of this resource in the short-term future. And I received also a great question about the comparison between microalgae and insect protein, which is also a very interesting resource of the future. About the protein aspect, maybe you can answer that.
Yes. So actually, it's not. When we talk about protein, we talk about amino acid profile, and you need to have a perfect amino acid profile.
Amino acids are different kind of protein which are interesting for the human body.
And then, so insects and algae has a different profile. So both protein is interesting. Actually, we could use both of them to different needs. So it's interesting to combine protein from algae and protein from insect to have the perfect protein for human body. There is only one problem with the insect today. It's not allowed for consumption everywhere because there is some problem with allergenicity. The protein made from insect could be a strong allergen, like shrimp, for example.
Yeah, but we are truly confident about the interesting potential of this resource too, and that's what we were saying at the end of our presentation. We need just to combine solutions. So insect entrepreneurs are very welcome in the future of food for sure.
So I have another question. You've just mentioned a few of the products, but when you are making these products with microalgae, do you also think about a certain target group that might be the ones that adapt the product with microalgae in it first?
That's a very, very interesting question. I'd say a good product is first and foremost a good balance between the market and the technology to answer the needs of this market. So this is kind of a burden. I mean, we are learning every day from microalgae. So we are just unlocking new tools every day about what we can do. So when, for example, we were thinking about the sauce market, and one of the key problems of the sauce market is the fat in the mayo. And when we understood that we could substitute the eggs, and actually what we're really doing in this mayo is using the microalgae as an emulsifier of the product. So by doing that, we can use no eggs and less oil. That's why it's way less fat than a regular mayo. So this is when we understood that, we said like, okay, maybe the best fit for the market would be like the sauce market, because more and more moms, for example, are conscious about what they're giving to their kids. Kids obesity is also a huge issue in America or in Europe. So all of these things just like make us think about how can we have the perfect balance between a good product, a good impact, and our technology.
All right, great. I think I want to go towards a last question. I was, for myself, wondering, what are your favorite products with microalgae? Do you eat it yourself as well?
Actually, I used to because raw microalgae like that is available for consumption. You can put it on your salad or in your yogurt as raw material. But Thomas said it, I mean, it's very strong. The taste is very strong, so it does not fit with everybody's taste. So you can use it to just like regenerate your body. That's very good for that. But now I prefer to consume our product than raw microalgae, for sure.
Yeah, it's the same for me. I used to do to take these tabs because it's very helpful for your immune system during winter, or it helps. But definitely, yeah, I prefer to eat our vegan mayo for the moment and different kind of products.
Maybe we can just answer a last question, because Caroline just forwarded me one very interesting. It's about the other initiatives and which companies are interesting, very good initiatives on the food industry. I'd say like one which amazed me is New Wave Foods. We're trying to do like fake seafood with algae, which is very interesting too. And the aqua market, the fish market is very interesting, and what they're doing, they have like plenty of potential for that. Maybe you have like other companies.
Yeah, in microalgae, there is lots of company creating new ways to produce microalgae. You can even produce it in your own kitchen with Spira in the USA and Algama in France. But there is also many other initiatives for the insects. For example, there is Exo, which creates bars with insect protein inside.
Or Geminis, who are trying to mainstream the insect in France mainly. And another key thing would be like indoor farming, which is very interesting too. And Edenworks, for example, is trying to bring the farm in your city with very interesting aquaponic and sustainable system. So I really invite you to have a look on that. Yeah.
And so you're still really researching on all the possibilities of microalgae. Where will Algama be in 5 years?
Oh, that's a good question. That's a good question. Actually, we have planned for the next 5 years for sure, but we are quickly growing, and that's very, very interesting. First, I'd say like in addition to the European and the American market, the Asian market is very interesting to us. Many things are happening there. There is a lot of needs that are not being answered yet. So thanks to algae, we can have like a very interesting responses to their new expectations. And the two other things would be to be in more food matrices, because like as we said several times across this presentation, we can have many food matrices that to be rethink, to be reworked, and have an impact, a very positive impact on them. And the third huge project of Algama would be like the protein, because microalgae-based protein are very interesting and very sustainable. So so that would be one of the key projects of our company.
All right, thanks a lot, and thanks a lot for telling us all more about microalgae and how that will be a very important resource in our future. I've learned a lot today, and I especially also like to see some of the products to make it a bit more tangible. So thanks a lot also for everybody viewing online. Great having you here. I want to tell you more about one of the sessions of tomorrow coming up. We have Kate Brayworth in our live studio, and she's going to explain us all about the donut economics and how she thinks the 21st century economics will take shape. If you have missed out on any of the sessions, don't worry, we have DIF on demand, where all the sessions that have passed already are live and available to watch back. That's it for me for now. Thanks a lot, and thanks a lot over there, and see you later.
Thank you very much.